Welcome to part 1 of NetFlow Analyzer's free training series. In this series, we'll know about on why do we need a bandwidth monitoring solution and its monitoring challenges faced by a network administrator. Further, we'll talk about how NetFlow Analyzer on how it stands out as a powerful tool for network traffic monitoring due to its comprehensive feature set and user-friendly interface. Subsequently, we'll showcase how NetFlow monitoring involves exporting traffic data, understanding bandwidth consumption in real time, and we'll also see how NetFlow Analyzer offers detailed traffic trend reports that help in understanding historical and current network usage patterns. Lastly, you'll see how NetFlow Analyzer is designed to scale with growing network demands, making it suitable for businesses of all sizes. We have a team of experts with us for today's session to clarify your doubts from product features to its technical length. For your convenience, we'll record this and the presentation will be sent to your mail IDs for further references. Why do we need a bandwidth monitoring solution? Bandwidth monitoring is important to measure the speed and capacity of your network. By knowing aspects that are affecting the performance, such as where most of the internet traffic is coming from, how your network is being used, and by which applications or users, you can tackle most challenges in both solving the bandwidth bottlenecks and ensuring your network's availability for business critical operations. With knowing the source of bandwidth hogs and learning what the consequences are, you can keep your network optimized to fulfill the requirements. Finally, you can plan the upgrades that are only necessary without purchasing more for every congestion problem. A bandwidth monitoring tool essentially answers three major concerns: bandwidth congestion, slow ISP, and network attacks. A bandwidth monitoring tool provides critical insights into network traffic, helping to identify and elevate congestion points. By analyzing data flows and bandwidth usage, administrators can detect where and when the congestion occurs, allowing them to take proactive measures to redistribute traffic, upgrade infrastructure, or implement traffic shaping policies to ensure smooth network performance. When network performance issues arise, a bandwidth monitoring tool can help determine whether the root cause is a slow ISP. By monitoring the speed and performance of the internet connection, the tool can provide evidence of ISP-related slowdowns. This information is crucial for troubleshooting and can be used to hold ISPs accountable or to decide whether a switch to a different provider is necessary. By continuously analyzing traffic patterns and volumes, these tools can identify unusual spikes and suspicious activities that indicate of an attack. Early detection allows network administrators to take swift action to mitigate the impact, protect network integrity, and ensure continued service availability. Let's imagine a situation within the NOC room where the network administrator encounters difficulty accessing an application. Subsequently, the matter is referred to the network team to check the status of the link. Once confirmed as an operational issue, it is passed on to the server team to assess the server's performance where the application is hosted. After thorough examination, the server administrator escalates the matter to the IT manager. This entire process of identifying the problem is time consuming and adversely affects the business operations. The NOC manager decides to temporarily throttle the bandwidth for the custom application to prevent it from affecting other services. Another team member contacts the application development team to understand why the application is consuming excessive bandwidth. The proactive monitoring and the swift response of the NOC team prevented a potential network outage and minimized the impact on the company's services. By identifying and addressing the root cause, the teams ensured the custom application would perform optimally without compromising the network's integrity. This scenario highlights the critical role of continuous network monitoring and the ability to quickly adapt and respond to the unexpected issues within a NOC environment. Why bandwidth monitoring is so crucial? To proactively contain the potential network bottlenecks in the environment in order to prevent expensive bandwidth investments and to effortlessly drill down to the root cause of the issue, where bandwidth monitoring analyzes and reports about what your network bandwidth is being used for and by whom. With proper bandwidth monitoring, we'll have the flexibility to go back in time to analyze the traffic based on traffic, applications, source, destination within the network, and we can also analyze the root cause of the issue. We can also gain visibility into the network blind spots, where a disadvantage of not having a proper bandwidth tool can make you stay unsure on the various performance issues happening in the network. To be aware of the network blind spots in the network environment, it is important to deploy a proactive network traffic monitoring to stay known about what is happening in the network. You can also make informed decisions on network upgrades when you're a growing organization, where the bandwidth requirements can be growing and you need to have the right knowledge on what amount of bandwidth your organization needs exactly in the future. With capacity planning and forecast, you'll be able to predict and plan for your organization's network upgradation. Bandwidth monitoring is important to measure the speed and capacity of your network. By knowing the aspects that are affecting the performance, such as where most of the internet traffic is coming from, how your network is being used, and by which applications or users, you can tackle most challenges in solving the bandwidth bottlenecks and ensuring your network's availability for business critical operations. Finally, you can plan the upgrades that are only necessary without purchasing more for every congestion problem. NetFlow Analyzer will be a one-stop solution for real-time bandwidth monitoring and traffic analysis. We'll be talking about how NetFlow Analyzer can help you manage bandwidth bottlenecks, monitor possible security threats, and make your management easier. NetFlow Analyzer brings visibility into who, when, and what of your network traffic. NetFlow Analyzer collects the data from various devices through flow technology, stores them, analyzes all the network components with 1 minute granularity for in-depth visibility. Then it provides information through real-time and historic traffic data and generates reports based on your monitoring needs and enables you to troubleshoot any network issues. Bandwidth management's crucial aspect is to make sure that your users are having enough bandwidth to access business critical applications. If not, your productivity is going down in vain. NetFlow Analyzer's security module is a flow-based security analytics and anomaly detection technology. This uses the exported NetFlow packets, analyzes them, and then gives you reports for network anomalies. It performs network behavior analysis and proactively shows the attack's information before it could disrupt the entire network. As we have a legacy in the IT domain, we know how complex these networks have gotten and what it can take for an admin to carry out a proper network monitoring. That's why NetFlow Analyzer comes with add-ons like Network Configuration Manager and OP Utils. Bandwidth management doesn't just stop with keeping a close eye on real-time traffic data. Especially when you're a growing organization, the bandwidth requirements can grow in tandem, and you need to have the right knowledge on what your organization needs exactly in the future. Scalability is yet another advantage that NetFlow Analyzer offers. Whether yours is a small, mid-sized, or a large enterprise handling thousands of interfaces, NetFlow Analyzer can scale along with your organization and provide end-to-end visibility. You can also customize our solution based on your monitoring requirements. One of the standout features of NetFlow Analyzer is its multi-vendor support. NetFlow Analyzer is compatible with a wide range of devices from leading manufacturers such as Cisco, Juniper, HP, and others, and this ensures that the network administrators can seamlessly integrate and monitor heterogeneous network infrastructures without compatibility issues. NetFlow Analyzer leverages various flow technologies to provide granular visibility into network traffic. With its ability to support multiple flow technologies and a wide range of vendors, NetFlow Analyzer offers a unified platform for network management. This centralization simplifies the monitoring process, reduces the complexity of managing a multi vendor environment, and provides consistent and reliable data for making informed decisions. As you can see here, NetFlow Analyzer predominantly functions by the following process. First, it stores data, then provides a real-time and historic traffic, and analyzes and troubleshoots with them reports. The first step you need to do is export flow from your devices to NetFlow Analyzer. The crucial step to get started with this monitoring is exporting flows, which have been simplified in NetFlow Analyzer with the discovery steps with the following process of device info, device login credentials, configuration template, and flow status. I'll show you that in the UI. Under the Settings tab and under the Discovery tab, you click on Export Flow, and you can see here device info, login credentials, configure template, and flow status. Under the device info, you enter the IP address or the host name. You provide the SNMP credential. You can select either public or public private. And you can click on test connection. Now a ping test will happen. And this will start verifying the device reachability. The ping test is success now. And you can select the vendor under the drop down, and there are various vendors for you to select from. And if you can't find the vendor, you can click on add vendor option and you can chat with our support team. You can select the model in the drop down, and if you want to add a model, you can again chat with our support team. And you click on next. And under login credentials, you select the protocol, whether it's a telnet or SSH protocol, and you can provide the username and password. And if you want to click on additional parameters, you can provide enable command, enable password, and enable username with telnet or SSH port or the timeout and the password prompts. And you click on next. Now you can see the configuration template, and you can click on the templates that you want to export the flows from and select the interface and click on next. Now you can proceed with verifying the respective device configurations, and your flows would have been configured. NetFlow Generator, the all-new server traffic monitor. NetFlow Generator is an agent-based feature available in Network Packet Sensor module, helping organizations monitor network traffic of non-flowing exporting devices. NetFlow Generator operates by translating data packets into NetFlow packets and sending them to NetFlow Analyzer's listener ports to show network traffic patterns and provide bandwidth usage reports. With NetFlow Analyzer Server Traffic Monitor, you can create logical groups by devices, applications, access points, interfaces, and IP addresses based on branches or departments and get an overall analysis of all traffic data. With such grouping, you can monitor traffic on servers to keep track of how critical departments of your organization are consuming bandwidth and allocate resources accordingly. In the UI, you can configure NetFlow Generator under itom agents, and you can see the devices here. Master your network with Simulate NetFlow. Network administrators of various organizations have a certain set of challenges while implementing a traffic monitoring tool or when they need to try a new management strategy. They should exercise caution while executing any of the set practices, as either of them have chances of impacting the live network. To eliminate such challenges in implementation and monitoring, NetFlow Analyzer now introduces Simulate NetFlow, a feature specifically designed to generate sample NetFlow data. With Simulate NetFlow option as a part of discovery process, network admins can visualize the traffic and learn how NetFlow Analyzer generates different perceptions of network performance and security without disrupting the real-time operations. In the UI, under Settings tab and in the drop-down of Discovery, you can click on Simulate NetFlow. You can provide your start IP and end IP and click on Enable, and you can simulate NetFlow sample data. Monitor network traffic proactively. Sarah is a chief IT admin at an MNC. With her team, Sarah's responsibilities include maintaining hardware and software throughout the network, and her primary goal is to ensure optimal performance and reliability of the organization's network infrastructure. She aims to identify and address network bottlenecks, latency issues, and security threats proactively. She seeks to optimize the resource utilization and bandwidth allocation across the network to meet the growing business demands while minimizing the cost and maximizing the efficiency. As a part of the IT team in an enterprise, Network Traffic Analysis 101 becomes essential for a proactive approach to network management. Regular updates and improvements to monitoring systems are necessary to keep up with the evolving network architectures and technology. The foremost major challenge is gaining in-depth visibility into the network. Achieving the right level of granularity in monitoring is so crucial. Too much detail can overwhelm the administrators with information, while too little may result in overlooking the critical issues. Striking the right balance requires understanding the specific needs and goals of the network. NetFlow Analyzer offers solutions for Sarah tailored for her network, where she can have access to real-time customizable dashboards and have top talkers conversations, generate reports, and have forensics and security reports generated, and utilize traffic shaping and prioritization. Once the flows are exported, you'll be able to see all the devices and interfaces of your network in the NetFlow Analyzer under the Inventory tab. In Inventory tab, you can manage or unmanage the interfaces that you want to monitor, and you can have a visualization of top interfaces, utilization reports that you can see individual interface traffic by volume, speed, and utilization. And you can also find the conversations of a particular interface by in and out traffic, and you can check the inventory to get a gist of utilization by devices for unusual traffic patterns and usage. In the UI, under the Inventory tab, you can find all the device names and the interfaces, the groups, applications, cloud services, users, along with QoS and AS view. So by clicking on the device, you'll be able to see the traffic of the device with its traffic summary, the flow details, and the list of interfaces under the device, its applications, source, destination, the QoS policies that are applied, and the entire conversation with source, destination, application, source port, destination port, protocol, and DHCP traffic, with AS view and security threats, along with cloud services, users, And if it's an NCM device, you can look at the details regarding the device, such as backup summary, and the details related to configuration management, such as configuration details, configuration change trend, firmware vulnerabilities. As you can see, you can have a comprehensive network visibility where you can have access to applications, protocols, QoS, source and destination, and the conversation. Now, if you take an interface, you can see the overview of the traffic of an interface, its application, source, destination, QoS, conversation, etc. Traffic pattern analysis. NetFlow Analyzer's traffic pattern analysis feature analyzes the behavioral changes of the network interfaces to detect any abnormal traffic activities and present them as anomalies. It analyzes network traffic patterns, and if it detects any anomalies, it generates alerts. By incorporating machine learning and artificial intelligence, network traffic pattern analysis can predict any bandwidth bottlenecks that might drastically affect your network's health. In the UI, under the Inventory tab, you click on Interfaces and select an interface. Then the Traffic tab, you can click on the Traffic Pattern Analysis button, and you can see the anomalies that have been alerted. Here you can see both the upper anomaly and the lower anomaly with the real-time traffic and the lower limit and the upper limit, and both the out traffic and the in traffic. You can individually visualize them in show graph with the anomaly report, with its in traffic and the application in and DSCP in report. And you can also look at the source in and the destination in report. You can also have a full view of the conversation that happened during the particular time. Moving on. Visibility into applications. Application traffic monitoring is one of the significant advantages that you can get to know the bandwidth usage of your network to its bits and pieces. With NetFlow Analyzer, your application monitoring is made easier as it gives you insights into both Layer 4 and Layer 7 application traffic. You can see both the traffic and interfaces using the applications and how much of bandwidth has been utilized by them and which application is hogging your bandwidth. Knowing bandwidth consumption by resource-intensive applications that use dynamic ports can help you implement certain policies to block traffic so that your business-critical applications don't suffer from insufficient bandwidth. Under the Inventory tab, in the App section, you can see the applications of both Layer 4 and Layer 7 applications. And in Layer 4 applications, you can click on any application to know their traffic and the interfaces along with the applications that have been used with its traffic and the percentage of traffic. And in Layer 7 applications, we'll have the list of Layer 7 applications here. You can click on any application based on traffic and interfaces. And you can go to the interfaces and its traffic application report, where you can individually view them in show graph with its volume, speed, and utilization. Visibility into Layer 7 applications. Though there are tools to help monitoring cloud services, monitoring applications of dynamic ports can be challenging. With the increase in today's world, Cisco AVC monitoring will help you overcome this issue by giving you insights into NBAR2 applications, web traffic, the URL hit count, app-centric QoS classes, and ART monitoring. In the UI, You can click on the N bar and you can see the N bar layer 7 and N by SNMP traffic accordingly. The wireless networking era is not going to stop soon with IoT services and other wireless devices utilization increasing in the work environment today. Neglecting this can lead to a loss of network performance, affecting your business operations. NetFlow Analyzer gives you complete visibility and control over your wireless network traffic by providing traffic information on WLCs, access points, SSIDs, and clients. You can also group the access points and SSIDs for better management. Now let's take a detailed look at the WLC. You can click on the WLC tab and you can see here the various criterias and it let you know the controllers, access point groups, SSID groups, client IP, and the client MAC addresses. You can view the traffic and monitor access point with its SSIDs and client details to decipher if there are any rogue access points. You can also drill down to view the conversations to ensure that your dedicated network is not used by any unauthorized clients. You can view both the SSID's in and out traffic and the number of access points that has been used associated with it and the applications used and the QoS policies that have been applied. Your apps, your way. Monitor custom applications. NetFlow Analyzer has predefined applications that are listed, but if you have a homegrown application that is not listed in the UI, it might be because of the port and protocols that are not mapped for particular application. We show the layer 4 application based on the port and protocol mappings available in the product. We have around 11,000 plus mapping available in the product based on the IANA standard. In case there exists a unique combination of port and protocol available in your network, then those will be displayed as unknown app, that is a custom application. You can change this in the UI under the inventory tab. You can click on interfaces, click on an interface, and under the application tab, you can click on show ports, where you have the source, destination, the protocols used by the app, the source port and the destination port, the traffic. Here you can map it according to the port and protocols that your custom app uses, and the app will be shown with the name. Under the add map, you can provide the application name, or whether you can also select if it's a service. You can provide the service name along with its port, the protocol name, and click on save, and your application will be mapped. Username IP mapping is a feature that can help you assign a particular username to the IP addresses. There are three types of username IP mapping, such as manual mapping, Active Directory mapping, and DHCP mapping. In the UI, under Settings, NetFlow, click on IP mapping. As you can see here, there are three types of IP mapping: Active Directory mapping, manual mapping, and DHCP mapping. AD mapping will automatically fetch the username and host names from the Active Directory server and assign them to the corresponding IP addresses. So to add an AD mapping, you can click on the Add button where you provide a domain name, primary domain controller, username, its password, and users to exclude. And you can map the available devices and click on Save. Whereas manual mapping is where you will manually import the username IP mapping data to assign usernames by choosing files and uploading it. So to import a manual mapping, you provide the profile name and select the host type, whether it's a local host or a remote host, and provide the file location and map the devices and click on Save. The DHCP mapping is where the username and IP addresses are fetched from the DHCP server log and NetFlow Analyzer will start showing username from the next flow. And to import a DHCP mapping, provide the profile name, select the local host or remote host, and provide the file location, and map the devices and click on Save. NetFlow Analyzer has an extensive type of reports that will provide you with the traffic trends as observed over a period of time. Analyzing the traffic trends can help in pinpointing issues that have been persisting in your network, and the report feature of NetFlow Analyzer gives you the advantage of customizing reports to provide you with dedicated insights that you want to see. These are some of the report features of NetFlow Analyzer offers you. With Search Report, you can search for specific traffic details by applications, IP addresses, protocols, or hosts. And with Compare Reports, you will be able to compare the traffic patterns for particular source or particular time. And with Consolidated Reports, as the name suggests, it will give you a complete report on top talkers, the traffic data of a given source. And the Inventory Report will give you the traffic data of all the combined network components of a specified source. Percentile report gives you traffic data by volume, speed, and utilization for percentile value of the selected sources. Geolocation report lets you know the source and destination IP addresses based on the geolocation and the traffic consumption. Scheduled reports give you the advantage of getting bandwidth usage reports on a weekly, monthly, and yearly basis. You can select the report type and its recurrence details to get reports for the specified source. LAN WAN reports allows you to monitor the traffic specific to LANs and WANs in the network. In the UI, under the Report tab, you can click on NetFlow and see the various reports that are under the NetFlow Analyzer. Let me show you to configure a report. Let's configure a compare report. You can select here multiple sources for the same time period or same source for different time periods. You can select the source, whether it's an interface, IP group, or interface group. You can select the devices, it's a device, a default or by custom selection. Select the top 5 traffic and in and out traffic or both. Select the data points and the time period. And you can select the business filter or exclude weekends and generate report. So as you can see, the compare report here for multiple sources for the same time period based on volume, speed, and utilization. You can see the different interfaces of the particular device. NetFlow Analyzer now incorporates advanced machine learning technologies to revolutionize network analysis. By leveraging machine learning, NetFlow Analyzer can automatically detect patterns, identify anomalies, and provide predictive insights, enabling more proactive network management. Forecasting trends with machine learning, NetFlow Analyzer can analyze historic traffic data to forecast future trends. This predictive capability allows network administrators to anticipate future surges and plan for peak usage times and make data-driven decisions to optimize network performance. Accurate trend forecasting helps in avoiding congestion, ensuring a seamless user experience, and maintaining service levels. Machine learning algorithms can also assist in capacity planning by analyzing current and historical network usage data. NetFlow Analyzer can predict when and where the capacity will be needed, allowing for timely upgrades and preventing bottlenecks. This proactive approach to capacity planning ensures that the network can handle future demands without over-provisioning, which can be costly. Capacity planning in an organization is important to access future IT requirements based on the forecast. For example, if there is a high utilization of one of your organization's core applications, which causes congestion, you would automatically resort to buying more bandwidth. But this is not a one-size-fits solution for all, and you should know better before introducing friction to your budget. So, how do you know about what your network requirements might be in the future? This is where capacity planning, along with forecast reports, comes in. Capacity planning lets you have a clear picture of the bandwidth utilization over time and the applications used. With this, you can see the accurate statistics and you can also predict and plan how your enterprise's bandwidth needs change in the scale. You can identify the bandwidth bottlenecks and the wasted bandwidth also. In the UI, under the reports, click on Capacity Planning Report, where you select the source, select the device traffic, and the traffic type based on volume, speed, utilization, and packets. Select the time period, and select business hour filter and exclude weekends option also. And click on Generate Report. And you can see the capacity planning for based on volume, speed, utilization, packets, with the top application and top application out reports, and the application in growth over a period of time. A forecast report from NetFlow Analyzer employs techniques such as autocorrelation, seasonality trend decomposition, and regression. The forecast reports will be generated based on the availability of past data, helping you get a better picture of what can be expected in the future. To generate a forecast report, under the report section of NetFlow, click on Forecast, click on Traffic or Application, and select the source. Select the device. Select the interface, its traffic type based on volume, speed, and utilization, and select the forecast. It can be for 7 days, 15 days, extending up to 1 year. You can also select your choices for business hour filter and exclude weekends option, and click on Generate Report. So as you can see here, you can see the dotted lines that show or assume the expected traffic for next 7 days. Here you can see based on the volume, speed, and utilization. The next type of report is billing reports. Billing reports will help you measure the bandwidth usage, generate bills according to every bill plans and billing cycle. Having a NetFlow Analyzer can be an advantage to network admin, especially ISPs, to generate bills automatically without having to customize it every month for every customer. So to generate a billing report, under the report section of NetFlow, click on billing. To add a billing report, click on the add button, provide a bill plan name, its description, and the bill type based on speed and volume, the currency, base speed, base cost, additional speed, additional cost, and the percentile value based on 95th percentile, 90th percentile, etc., and the percentile calculation. And when you click on next, you can associate the devices and the bill schedule details. So after configuring the bill details, this is how a billing report will look like. So as you can see here, it has its bill plan name and the bill based on volume, the last report time, and the billing cycle will be of 8th of every month. That is customizable based on your monitoring needs. And you can see the base cost, its additional volume and additional cost. Moving on. Dynamic dashboards for dynamic networks. NetFlow Analyzer offers dashboard as a pictorial overview of all network components in the network. With this dashboard view and the various reports, you'll be able to tackle what most organizations go through, the congestion. In some scenarios, when network congestion is existing for a prolonged time, your business might get affected, which you can tackle effectively. You can also customize the dashboard where you'll be taken to the page, you can select the users and give access to the dashboard. In NetFlow Analyzer, this is how a dashboard looks like. And to create a customized dashboard, you can click here. And under My Dashboards, you can click a new dashboard where you provide the name, provide description, and click on Next. And you can select various widgets by DPI widgets, heat map, IPAM and SPM widgets, NCM widgets, etc. and click on Next. And you can select the users based on administrator, operator, or guest, and give them roles and create a customized dashboard. And now your list of customized dashboard will be listed under My Dashboards. The other option that you can utilize is the NOC view. With NOC view, the traffic summary will be refreshed for the configured interval. You can provide a name and description, select any of the refreshed interval options, and customize the dashboard. To create a NOC dashboard, NOC view, you click on the NOC view, and you can see the screens here. And to create a NOC view, you can provide the name, its description, and the refresh interval, and create a NOC view. So this is how a NOC view looks like in NetFlow Analyzer. NetFlow Analyzer also offers the benefit of distributed monitoring with Enterprise Edition. With distributed monitoring, you'll be able to scale and monitor all the globally located data centers. You can have a centralized console, and to view all the data of monitoring different collected or service, you can click on that particular collector of that particular office and view the UI of that server. And if you're using the professional edition user and you're scaling your organization and want to utilize distributed monitoring, you can switch to enterprise edition in a single click with NetFlow Analyzer UI instead of going to download again. So here's how we do it in the UI. Under Settings tab, click on NetFlow, click on Distributed Monitoring, provide the server port HTTPS, and the internal collector name, and enable. And remember that once you have selected the enable option, you won't be able to reverse it back to the professional edition. And once you click enable, this is how an enterprise edition's dashboard and other features of NetFlow Analyzer such as inventory, WLC, security, DPI looks like. Here you can select all collectors or select a particular server. Moving on. Apart from the desktop version, you can use the NetFlow Analyzer mobile applications, which is available in both Android and iOS versions. You can monitor device and interface traffic with classifications like Cisco AVC monitoring, Cisco NBA monitoring, WLC monitoring, etc. You can also get alarms for any threshold violations, generate and view reports, and enhance the performance of your network on the go. As we are nearing the end of the session, let's have a quick recap at the concepts we had discussed so far. We had talked about why do we need a bandwidth monitoring solution and its monitoring challenges faced by a network administrator. We also saw how NetFlow Analyzer offers detailed traffic trend reports that help in understanding historical and current network usage patterns. We discussed how monitoring bandwidth plays a major part in assessing your network's performance and how NetFlow Analyzer brings an edge in monitoring with automation. I would like to thank you all for being a patient audience, and I hope you benefited from this series. Thank you.